Bring your lunch pails, fellas. I need to see that workman attitude today. We gotta get better today. What I wanna know is, who's ready to get better? I'm ready to work today. You ready to work? You ready to work? All right, then let's see it. Let's get out there and do it.
Yellow! Right side! Yellow, yellow! Right side! Yellow! Right side! Fight on these two, fight on these two! Right side! Wide right! There's a wide right! Right side! Yellow! 180! Right side! Yellow! I've got blue! Right side! Yellow! 180! Right side!
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You taking the first steps towards success in this league. But don't fall back and get lazy. There's more steps ahead, so you gotta keep it up.
Wide right! 180! Side! Yellow! 180! Right side! Yellow, yellow! There's a 180! Right side! Yellow! 180! Right side! Fight on these two, fight on these two! So 180! Right side! Wide right! Let's go 180! Right side! Yellow! Let's go 180! Right side! Yellow! Let's go 180! Right side! Yellow! Let's go 180! Right side! Wide right! That's a wide right! Right side! Yellow! That's a 180! Right side! Let's go, baby. Yellow, yellow! Let's go 180! Right side! Yellow! Let's go 180! Right side. Fire down these two. Fire down these two. Marshal 180. 180. Right side. Yellow. Marshal 180. Right side. Yellow. Marshal 180. Right side. Yellow. Marshal 180. Right side.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. With that, let's get out to venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Standing by with the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, Bo.
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by a man who's now in his 11th season in the league, Matthew Stafford, at 31 years of age.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That one's on Garrett Bradbury, the first center taken back in April's draft. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Stafford, and this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Those are the numbers from Rudolph from last week's game. 6 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, and his throw here's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Well, let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. That looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. So now here are the Bears with excellent field position to start off. They'll be led out by the MVP of the National Football League in 2018, the former Texas Tech Red Raider, Patrick Mahomes.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game. And you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. Allen Robinson. 38 yards, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clay Matthews in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. A look at the starters now defensively for the Bears. They played really well in the win last week over the Redskins.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game.
Did.
Right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6, 7, 8. It was unbelievable. There haven't been that many turnovers or takeaways, however you want to say, in the game since the Reagan administration. This is absolutely unreal.
I was in diapers. Throwing on third down, Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here comes Matthew Stafford now to lead his offense back out there. And now, Charles, this becomes a pretty important second drive for them. They're already down a pair of scores here in the first quarter.
As you noted, they're down 2 scores, and to me, they're down a possession or a service break if this were tennis, right? Because they just gave one up. Only their second drive now. Run their offense, try and get back into the game that way, and then look for some help from their defense.
We're trying to forget about that pick 6 last time out. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. From the 25 on second down, Stafford. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a third down stop by them.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. On the return is Cohen. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Now a 1st down throw complete downfield. Touchdown, Chicago! A.J. Green with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
From the 27, Stafford. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
That play was well covered. Just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, we're not able to find any yardage on that one.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction. So now what can they do on 3rd? Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
Yellow, yellow. There's a line, right?
Mahomes now on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Noah Fant, an 80-yard touchdown as the Bears push further out in front. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Cook following the penalty. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. From the 31, Stafford, he's going deep for Brown. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 36. A little bit of space there. And let's take a look at the Bears offense.
Running back Tariq Cohen brings us all to our feet when he's on the field because you never know how they're going to utilize it. In 2018, was able to run, throw, and catch a touchdown pass. And in addition, was a 2018 Pro Bowl return specialist for the NFC. The human joystick makes everything better when he's on the field.
The rushing numbers last week for Cohen, just downright unbelievable. I mean, when you amass that many yards, I don't know what else to say.
Personally, I thought it was a game for the ages for him. Ripped off some long runs in that contest, didn't he?
He did indeed. Some very long runs, and that total, scary. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. There are 32 teams in the NFL, and they're just better than 50% of them at defending the pass, number 16 in the league.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
Draw play, Cohen. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Mahomes going to throw. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Noah Fant with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter as his guys continue to pour it on. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Point after, right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. He's going deep for Brown. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Play action. Stafford. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led
under pressure again, and down he goes again.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game. I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Eric Kendricks, the Vikings' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. This is Cohen on the toss. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Watch left. He's tied right there.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Throwing on second down. Stafford, and his pass incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And now the throw hauled in by Green. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. First down, a run with Cohen. And an alley to run. Taking it right down Broadway. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, touchdown number 18 on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And out now come the Vikings. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now Stafford. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Stafford. Looking deep down, and that is intercepted by the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And they had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here I come! Here I come! Here I come!
On the draw, this is Cohen. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
I know in most cases people think you throw the ball in this situation, and when they ran, it almost felt like a little bit of a surrender, maybe a give up. But I don't know if that's really the case. They might have been probing a little bit, checking the defense and filing it away for later. They might have something working later on.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. He's got his tight end fan. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
54. He runs.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
On second down, it's Cohen. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. On third down, Cohen finding room to the 20, and he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Watch 54. All day, just like that.
They'll run on first down. It's Cohen, and he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown Bears. Allen Robinson with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
After reviewing the play,
they had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count.
Come on, boy. You better be ready.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as his guys continue to pour it on. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. But it's going to be second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They run, Cook, and he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling the gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
It's caught by Treadwell. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Here comes Cohen. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. You start prorating these rushing numbers and looking ahead, he could be on pace for a 2,000-yard season. I don't want to jinx him, but what a year to this point.
But you just did.
Sorry?
That's okay. No, he can overcome that.
I'm not apologizing to you.
No.
Okay?
I like your attitude. But you're right. What's got to happen for it to actually occur? Offensive line has continued blocking the way they've been blocking. He has to stay healthy. But also, it's not just the idea that he's going to run the football, but you got to run it against numbers that dictate you throwing the football. Sometimes when you have 6 to block and you only have 5 guys, you've got to block them anyway, and he has to make someone miss as well the rest of the year.
Mahomes now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. They run. Montgomery works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down forthcoming.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a 1st down.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. This from 42 yards out. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
After the field goal, on to kick it away, it's Pinheiro. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. You see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational, that's very true. Cook stripped, the ball's out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Yellow.
54 Mike. Hey, get.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down into 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
This is Cohen, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's Stafford. And this one to Treadwell, complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain there of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Out of the gun, Stafford. His throw incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. That'll bring up second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Well, Stafford, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. He's been terrific so far. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. They'll start things on first with Tariq Cohen. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes looking deep and got his man complete. The 20, 10, and he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, 79 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 27-yard line.
59.
Hey, watch the lane.
59.
A quick throw taken in by Diggs. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
It was looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. This is taken at the 18. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And that will come the offense as they take over. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
And you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. That's gonna be knocked away and incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing.
Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now let's discuss Antonio Brown as he heads back out there now. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Cohen. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Tackle made by Emerson Griffin. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
But with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Looking to throw is Mahomes. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Taylor Gabriel, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford, and he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They're going to run the jet sweep on 3rd down. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. And tomorrow night, Charles and I, we go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, two teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. To throw on 2nd and 6, Mahomes. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. So we've reached halftime here in what is quick. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the 2nd half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
He's got a man, complete. The 2nd quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
On 1st down, it's Cohen. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. They try again with Cohen. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes left side. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 21st touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Stafford. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he finds Cook. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Stafford throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. He completes it to Treadwell. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. Tariq Cohen and the rest of the offense heading back out there. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one good for 37 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. Fighting through it, he's got space. Room here to run. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Allen Robinson, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the time
we have to leave the booth.
Again, it's Cohen. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll right, and that's caught inside the 35. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, 67 yards as his guys continue to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, Cook. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What, is it 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
I got you. I got you.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll try the air now with Stafford. That'll be complete to Cook. And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Bears. 20, 10. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point safely through. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Cook. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And Down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Stafford. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and this is picked up by the Bears. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cohen. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make this a 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Accelerating, and off he goes. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense, they've got it set up on the silver platter. 1st and goal inside the 10. A very short field to work with now. 1st and goal after the great punt return. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. He tried to break that plane but couldn't get there, and that's going to leave him now at 3rd and goal. Montgomery, and he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3-and-out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Cook following the penalty, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now a run with Cook. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cohen. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cohen. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Come on, QB, come on.
Here's Mahomes now on the option right. He can run for it, and he will.
Let's go, baby.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a run with Montgomery. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, 52 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost. That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he's on to... Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. On the return is Cohen. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over. Time now for Patrick Mahomes as we put him in our players' spotlight. And it's been a good game for him to this point, Charles. They're winning on the scoreboard. They got to be feeling pretty good.
And it's always fun for...
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Mike, 55. Check 55. Mike. Watch the screen.
They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle goes there to Linval Joseph. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. To throw, it's Mahomes toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Now the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it?
And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. We always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's able to get up here to the 26. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw is Stafford. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. On third down, a run with Cohen. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Mahomes now on the option right. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They run it again with Cook. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. And Stafford's going to be taken down. That's a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 45-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Cohen. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. 1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. This is the tight end fan. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Noah Fant, 52 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take...
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual. unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute with this.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. Khalil Mack, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. This one winding toward a conclusion, and how would you assess how the secondary has played?
Well, we just saw them take another shot downfield that was incomplete, correct?
Correct.
So my assessment is that if anyone's played really well in this game, it's been the secondary. That was the latest example.
Yeah, they've been solid. Really, the whole defense has been solid. Still pitching a shutout. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll start with a give to Cohen. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll keep it on the ground. Cohen, he's got the first down and more inside the 40. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets him 6. Stafford now to throw. Khalil Mack in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Throwing is Stafford. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. First down, a run with Cohen. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.